Hey everyone, and welcome to Small Engine Edge. Have you ever thought to yourself you wanted to start a small engine repair company here in 2025 or beyond, but didn't know where to start, didn't have any money to start that business, or thought that it was going to be just plain too much work? Well, I'm going to show you how to do this step by step in this channel from the ground up, just like I did. Now we do a little under 500,000 annual revenue, and I started this out of my garage. I ran it out of there for years. I started with no investment and built it up one step at a time. Very easy to start. If you've ever thought to yourself, hey, I enjoy working with lawnmowers, chainsaws, trimmers, things like that. You wanted a side hustle or you needed a new career. This is where you start in something like this. Now, if you thought I don't have enough money, that it doesn't take hardly any investment. A cheap toolkit will get you basically where you need to go, and all the information you need to start this company is going to be right out there for you in today's age. A lot of our videos go over stuff for beginners, and it'll show you kind of where to take things once you learn the basics. You don't have to know anything about small engines at this point to start your own small engine repair company. Is it a good idea to start a repair company in 2025? It sure is. And I'll tell you why. Because there's lots of equipment out there still being sold, and even if everything goes electric, in our lifetime we will never see where small engine repair mechanics, the need for them phases out. It'll always be something that's still going to be needed, even if you're in your 20s. This is not an industry that's going away. The small stuff's not going away, and if it does, the stuff that's being sold right now will still be out there. In this channel, I'm going to break down how to go about starting a small engine repair shop with very, very little investment. It always takes some investment. Mine was basically sweat equity. I'd work on something, I'd buy something as far as tools and stuff goes, but most of it was started with just what I had laying around. You don't need anything big, fancy, and expensive. You can go buy a Craftsman toolkit, $60 or so. Yes, it seems like a lot of money for some of you right now, but in the end, it's not going to be anything. If you can get one job, that'll pay for that piece of equipment. Yes, it'll take you a little bit of time, but the knowledge you gain while doing that is going to be yours forever. It's not going to be something somebody can take away from you. And what you do with that knowledge is you continue to build on it. You can continue to build on your skill until you're skilled enough to start charging more and more for labor. Of course, as you start out, you can start on the cheap side to get involved with things. But as you go, you continue to raise that. You continue to stock more and more tools and more parts. And you can do it in many different ways. You can do it as a mobile repair business. You can do it as a shop out of your garage. I'll throw up a few pictures there of how mine was when I started. I will say that I got pretty lucky, I think, with my neighbors. Nobody ever really complained. And I did it out of there for years and years, but I was very careful about the way I went about those things. All of this stuff I'll go over in more detail. Each week we'll bring you at least one video that focuses on all the way from the startup to the big time. Now, right now we're charging about the same price as all the big guys around, and that's because we've got our name out there. Everybody knows we do good work, we take care of things, and we're not beholden to any brand. We don't do any equipment sales, so there's no expensive inventory or anything like that to stock. It's just standard repairs. We do service and repairs on all brands, makes, and models. We do not charge a bench charge. Normally when you start out, you're not going to want to charge a bench charge because that gets people through the door. Once they know that you can fix their equipment, they're going to continue to come back, and they're going to tell all their friends. That's how our advertising went for a very long time, was all word of mouth. Now we do a few little things here and there. We'll sponsor, some soccer tournaments or wrestling or, something like that just to get our name out there a little bit more, but really very, very little as far as advertising goes. We do not spend a lot of money on advertising. It's very, very little. We don't advertise online. We don't have big campaigns we run. Every now and again, if we're doing a special, we'll do a Facebook campaign, but again, nothing big, $50 or $100 budget, over the life of the campaign. brings in a few more people, a few people that maybe otherwise wouldn't have heard about the special going on. But we very rarely also run specials. We only do that if we get slow. And normally, like for the last year and a half, we haven't gotten slow at all. We've never had a time where there wasn't something to do for all of us. We continue to grow every day. We continue to improve. We try to make building upgrades and things like that. But that all came, of course, after the fact of starting out of the garage. I ran it out of there for 7 or 8 years. I had some personal issues at one point to where I had to shut the business completely down and restart it. That was after 2011. That was in 2013 or 2014 where I restarted everything. Never officially closed, but wasn't working on any equipment out of my garage again. It always started as a part-time gig. I always had a full-time job. So I'd work, from 7 to 3 or 7 to 4 or whenever, and I'd come home and I'd work from 4 to 10 at night. I'd get all the customers' equipment done best I could, and I'd make sure that they knew what their expectations were going to be when they could pick their equipment up and how long it was going to take. But those were all side things. It was all a side gig always. And people knew that I was only going to be there, from 5 o'clock at night to 8 or whatever, and to call me first before they came and picked it up. It worked out great for me. I ended up to the point, though, after doing that for so many years, that I was making more money in the few hours at night working than I was making every day at my job. Yes, guaranteed income and insurance and all these other things are great to have, but I wanted the freedom. I wanted the freedom to do what I wanted to do when I woke up in the morning. That doesn't mean get up and, sit around for 3 hours in the morning and mess around all day. I worked hard. This is not an easy thing to do. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is something that's going to take you a lot of work. It's not going to be easy, but in the end, it will take you to that financial and personal freedom to do what you want to do. Right now, if I wanted to take today off, I could go home and let everybody else handle everything. I very, very rarely will do anything like that. It's usually only if I'm sick, and I don't ever get sick. Very, very rare on that part too. But again, I want to stress that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't something overnight you're going to be able to, go out and make $100,000. That's just not the way that it works. But if you're looking for side income, you're looking for something that a mechanic of any kind, if you know how to turn wrenches, you're a car mechanic, work on small engines on the side. Most of your employers aren't going to have a problem with that since it's not a competing business. If your employer does not do small engine repair. Very easy, and then you've got that extra set of income. You can continue to build that and build that and build that, and then go out on your own once you're ready. You've probably already got those tools if you're a car mechanic. You can take those tools and the knowledge you gain from working on small engines to start a small engine repair company for a little bit of nothing. I just started the Small Engine Edge Repair Company. We consider it a marketing company since most of it's just going to be videos coming out. We're not going to do any actual sales or repairs or anything. I started a company for this channel just to have the channel. It cost me about $100 to start the company. Now I know $100 seems like a lot of money, especially if you're on a tight budget, but you can wait to do that for a little while. You can just run your business under your name. You do not have to have an actual company to do it. I do recommend doing it as soon as you can, though. You want that. You want people to take you seriously. Once you have a phone number out there, make that phone number your phone, not just for when you answer your calls. If you don't know who that is, answer it as the company. That's going to make people take you seriously at all times. It doesn't matter when you're answering that phone. If you're answering it, answer it as, "Hi, this is Martin with Individualized Repair." Obviously, yours is going to be a little different, but do not take that professionalism out of it. If it's after hours, people still want to know that they're reaching a business, reaching somebody who means business. And those things have changed so much nowadays, but going back to that customer service basics is going to get you very far and take you a long ways in this business. People want professionalism, they want good quality, And I'm going to show you how to do all of that with this channel, step by step, from the ground up. Once we get to 3,000 subscribers, I'm actually going to leave all this behind. We're going to move to a different location, and I'm going to start a brand new repair company. We're going to build that from the ground up. I'm going to show you how to register the business, how to do everything from there. Now that, obviously, I'm going to take my tools with me. Your building up your tools is going to be a little bit different there, but all of the rest of it should be exactly the same for you. Whether you have a very small amount of tools or quite a few tools, you should be able to build your business exactly the same. I think it'll probably take me about a year before I have a good enough income and customer base from that move to actually make a decent profit and make a living. But I think within 2 years, I should be able to make a living where I pay all my bills off of that small engine repair company from the ground up regardless. So once we get there, we'll take that trip. But for now, it's going to be lessons getting there. All of the info you need to do everything you want to succeed in a small engine repair company is online right now. You do not need anything else. There's different places you can ask questions. There's different places you can get information. You do not need any certifications. Now, some people will tell you, oh, well, you need to go get Briggs & Stratton certified, or Tecumseh certified, or Kohler certified, Steel certified. Well, guess what? You don't need any of that. As long as you learn to do what you need to do and do a good job at it, and you're honest with customers. Do not try to rip people off. If you make a mistake, own up to it, and that will come out of your pocket. You will take a loss if something like that happens. If you break something, cover it. Refund that customer, cover that belt. You installed it wrong, take care of the customer, and they will continue to come back. It may cost you $40, $50, for the part and then some extra labor, but guess what? Those people are going to come back and they're going to tell other people about you because you're honest. Do not be shady, do not try to take advantage of people. Don't try to gouge people. Those things will come back tenfold if you take care of the people you're supposed to. And that's what we've shown. It's all word of mouth everywhere across. There's a bunch of big small engine repair companies around here, mostly dealers and stuff. There's a couple smaller ones, but time after time, we've seen some of these other ones pop up, and guess what? They're gone within a year or two because they don't take care of the customer. They gouge the customer. They're not honest with the customers. You can run a business into the ground real quick by doing those things. That, or if you don't know what you're doing, be honest with the customer about that. Hey, I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but I think it's XYZ. And guess what? They're going to be understanding about that. And if it's something that you could have diagnosed different or you could have installed different to save the customer money and you did it wrong, take care of it, cover it. Chop that up as a learning experience and take the loss on it and move on. That's something you're going to learn from. You're going to build upon your knowledge, and that is worth that little bit of money, and that little bit of money that you cover for them is going to bring you way more customers and way more profit in the end than that little bit of money up front. Yes, it stinks, especially when you're starting off. That's $30, $40, $50 that you could have had in your pocket and now you don't. Well, a learning experience. Again, you won't make that mistake again, that's for sure. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom. Ring the bell if you want notified each time that we post a video. But if you're trying to start a small engine repair company, or if you're trying to grow your small engine repair company, this is the right place to be. This is the right channel to subscribe to. If you're trying to learn more things about small engine repair and equipment, subscribe to our individualized repair channel. We have videos on there weekly where we go through many different scenarios and things like that. So all of these things should help you get to where you need to be. There's plenty of other great channels out there and great people doing this. I'm not the first and I won't be the last, I can tell you that. But this is a great business to get into in 2025 and beyond. And I'm going to take you all the way through that from the start to the finish with this channel. Thanks for watching. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content.